Hi, this is Courtney with PRMA Plastic Surgery. We are excited to kick off our weekly spotlight for some amazing breast cancer and breast reconstruction support organizations. And today I am joined with Terri Coutee, who is the founder of the DIEP C Foundation. Terri, thanks for joining us today. And can you just kick us off by sharing with us what DIEP C Foundation is?
I can. And first of all, thank you very much for having me this morning, Courtney. DIEP C Foundation is an organization that I started 2 years really after I had my deep flat breast reconstruction. And I had the time, ability, and interest to be able to gather resources together for women and men who are considering breast reconstruction after breast cancer diagnosis. And I think that's where I find real gratitude is that I had the time, I had the interest, and and I had been gathering resources really for a year since I've been writing my blog. So women who are looking for resources after they've had a breast cancer diagnosis can be absolutely overwhelming. Where do I find a surgeon? This is part of the resources that we provide because I'm able to talk to a lot of board certified surgeons. Where do I go for my reconstruction? What if I have to travel? Because I did travel for my reconstruction, it takes planning. What is this surgery like? I like to walk women through it. It's a scary event to even think about. What kind of support am I going to need? What if I don't have family at home? Or what if I'm a working woman and I have to take off work? What does that look like? Then I also like to keep up with the latest in surgical procedures and what new innovations are coming out for plastic surgery and breast reconstruction. So I do a lot of research and try to keep my research evidence based. I have created a YouTube channel, and I'm so fortunate that not only patients, but those outside of the healthcare profession have offered to interview for these videos. And I hope plastic surgeons also, so that we can discuss topics related to breast reconstruction and patients can watch these and understand what it is they're going to go through and be able to have those conversations with their plastic surgeon. So it's really, Courtney, a conglomeration of resources on different levels that I work to provide patients, and that's what we provide for them.
And Terri, what sparked the fire in you to start this organization?
That's a really good question. I think in many ways I was prepared. I was being prepared for this most of my life. I had wonderful parents who really nurtured and encouraged us to be compassionate uh, people. I'm one of three children, one of three girls, and they always nurtured that passionate spirit in us. But also, combined with that, they encouraged us to be lifelong learners. I've never stopped enjoying the learning process. And so that ties into the research and resources and understanding part of my foundation. The compassion comes in wanting to help other women and men through this process. I think of it in many ways as, I'm an educator by profession. And I think of it in many ways as a community that has developed over the last, we're going on 4 years now with our foundation. And this community that's developed, not just those that are affected by breast cancer, whether you've been diagnosed or are at high risk, it's also caregivers now. It is healthcare workers, tattoo artists, physical therapists, and this global community of women and men and surgeons and healthcare providers that are all involved in helping women through the breast reconstruction process. I have so enjoyed watching this community blossom, develop, and support each other. So I think my background as an educator and how I was raised to be a compassionate and kind person, in as much as we all can be, I think those two things collided, and it's continued now with my foundation work.
And how are patients able to connect with your foundation to get these valuable resources on breast reconstruction education?
I think the strongest way that they find what the foundation is actually providing for them is through a closed Facebook group. The group is called DIEP C Journey, Breast Reconstruction After Mastectomy on Facebook. That's one element. On Instagram, I just had some patients message me this week because I like to do Instagram videos. I like to post my blog on Instagram. The blog I get in the contact from my deepcjourney.com blog. I write about my experience. I also write about other patient experiences and share some evidence-based information. The YouTube channel is growing because I think it's easy for women to sit and listen to a conversation that is being had with a plastic surgeon. So they can find the YouTube channel on DIEP C Foundation. And on Twitter, oddly enough, Brittany, I kept my educator name, and my Twitter is at six, the numeral six, and state, because I had teaching certificates in 6 states. And I opened my Twitter account a few years ago when I was diagnosed and going through my master's in education. So all of those platforms, those social media platforms, is how I've been able to reach a global population rather than just regional. And that's what I love about it, because it makes it richer, more interesting, uh, global supportive community.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much for sharing with us today, Terri. We are honored for your passion and your heart for educating others on their breast reconstruction options, because we know how important that is. So we will be sure to provide Terri's contact information at the end of this video. We encourage you to connect, join her Facebook group, follow her on social media. And thanks again, Terri, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.